Ancient Egypt, a land of mystery and wonder. For over 3,000 years this civilization flourished. It left behind a legacy that still captivates us today. The Nile River was its lifeblood. This mighty river snaked through the desert, bringing life to the land. Without it, there would be no Egypt. Every year, the Nile would flood. This wasn't a disaster, but a blessing. The floods deposited rich silt onto the land. This fertile soil was perfect for growing crops. Egyptians mastered the art of agriculture. They developed sophisticated irrigation systems. They could grow an abundance of food. This abundance freed them from constant worry about survival. They had time to develop other aspects of their culture. Art, religion, and technology flourished. The Nile was more than just a river. It was the cradle of Egyptian civilization. The Egyptians were deeply religious people, their lives intertwined with the divine at every turn. From the grand temples to the smallest household shrines, their devotion was evident. They believed in a pantheon of gods, each with unique attributes and responsibilities. These deities were not distant figures but active participants in the world. Each god had a specific role and domain, governing aspects of life and nature. From the fertility of the Nile to the journey of the sun, their influence was all-encompassing. Ra, the sun god, was the most important. He was revered as the creator and sustainer of life, his daily journey across the sky symbolizing the cycle of life and death. He was the giver of life, his rays nourishing the earth and its inhabitants. Without Ra, the world would plunge into chaos and darkness. He sailed across the sky each day in his solar boat, battling the forces of chaos to ensure the sun's rise each morning. This journey was a testament to his power and resilience. Osiris, the god of the underworld, ruled the afterlife. He was a symbol of resurrection and eternal life, offering hope to the deceased. Anubis, the jackal-headed god, guided souls to the underworld. He was the protector of the dead, ensuring their safe passage. He also oversaw the process of mummification, a critical ritual to preserve the body for the afterlife. His role was vital in maintaining the sanctity of the deceased. Egyptians believed in life after death, a continuation of existence in a realm beyond the mortal world. This belief shaped their burial practices and rituals. They prepared their dead carefully with elaborate ceremonies and offerings. The tombs were filled with items needed for the journey and the afterlife. They mummified their bodies to preserve them, believing that the physical form was essential for the soul's survival in the afterlife. They filled their tombs with treasures for the afterlife, ensuring that the deceased had everything they needed to thrive in the next world. The concept of Ma'at was central to Egyptian belief. It represented the fundamental order of the universe, a balance that had to be maintained. Ma'at represented truth, order, and justice. It was the guiding principle for both the gods and humans, ensuring harmony in the cosmos. It was the cosmic force that kept the universe in balance. Without Ma'at, chaos would reign, and the world would descend into disorder. Pharaohs were responsible for maintaining Ma'at. They were seen as divine rulers, entrusted with upholding the balance and order of the world. They were seen as intermediaries between the gods and humans, bridging the mortal and divine realms. Their role was crucial in ensuring the prosperity and stability of the kingdom. The Old Kingdom was a time of great power and prosperity. It was the age of pyramid building. Pharaohs were buried in massive pyramids. These were symbols of their power. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the most famous example. Khufu was the pharaoh who built the Great Pyramid. It was an incredible feat of engineering. It took thousands of workers many years to complete. The pyramids were not just tombs, they were also complex religious structures. They were designed to help the pharaoh's soul ascend to the heavens. The Old Kingdom was a golden age for Egypt. It laid the foundation for the centuries of greatness that followed. The Old Kingdom eventually collapsed. A period of instability followed. This was the first intermediate period, but Egypt recovered. It entered a new era of prosperity, the Middle Kingdom. Pharaohs regained control. They restored order. They expanded Egypt's borders. They built new temples and monuments. Art and literature flourished. The Middle Kingdom was a time of innovation. New irrigation techniques were developed. The Egyptians also made advancements in mathematics and astronomy. They developed a calendar system that was remarkably accurate. The Middle Kingdom was a time of rebirth and renewal. It reaffirmed Egypt's strength and resilience. Section 5, An Empire's Zenith, the New Kingdom. The New Kingdom was Egypt's most powerful era, a time when the civilization reached the zenith of its influence and affluence. It was the age of empires, where Egypt's reach extended far beyond its traditional borders. Egypt expanded its borders through military conquest, showcasing its might on the battlefield. Powerful pharaohs like Thutmose III and Ramesses II led their armies to victory, securing Egypt's dominance. They conquered Nubia in the south and parts of the Levant in the north, expanding Egypt's influence. The New Kingdom was a time of great wealth and extravagance, with treasures that dazzled the ancient world. Pharaohs built magnificent temples like those at Karnak and Luxor, which stood as testaments to their power and devotion. They filled these temples with gold, silver, and precious stones, creating a legacy of opulence. Art and architecture reached new heights, with intricate carvings and grand murals adorning the walls. The reign of Akhenaten brought significant religious upheaval, challenging the traditional beliefs. He attempted to replace the traditional pantheon with the worship of a single god, Aten, the sun disk, which was a radical shift. This period, known as the Amarna period, saw a dramatic shift in art style and religious practices, reflecting Akhenaten's revolutionary ideas. However, his reforms were short-lived, and after his death, Egypt quickly reverted to its traditional beliefs. The return to traditional beliefs marked the end of Akhenaten's religious experiment, but the New Kingdom continued to thrive. The New Kingdom marked the pinnacle of Egyptian power and influence, a golden age that defined an era. It was a golden age that left an indelible mark on history, with achievements that continue to fascinate and inspire to this day. Section 6. Life in the Two Lands, Society and Culture. Egyptian society was highly stratified. At the top was the pharaoh, the absolute ruler. Below him were the nobles, priests, and officials. Scribes held a particularly important role. They were responsible for writing, record-keeping, and administration. The vast majority of Egyptians were farmers. They worked the land to support themselves and pay taxes. Craftsmen played a vital role in society. They produced a wide range of goods, from pottery and textiles to furniture and jewelry. Women in ancient Egypt enjoyed a relatively high status compared to many other ancient civilizations. They could own property, engage in business, and even divorce their husbands. Family life was important. Children were highly valued. Egyptians enjoyed a variety of leisure activities. These included board games, music, and dance. Section 7. The scribe's craft, writing, and knowledge. The Egyptians developed a writing system known as hieroglyphics. These were pictures that represented words or sounds. Hieroglyphs were used for religious texts, official documents, and even literature. Scribes were highly respected members of society. They were responsible for recording and preserving knowledge. They also developed a cursive form of writing called hieratic. This was faster and more efficient for everyday use. The Egyptians made significant advancements in mathematics. They developed a decimal system and could perform complex calculations. They also had a sophisticated understanding of astronomy. They used their observations of the stars to develop their calendar and to navigate. Egyptian medicine was renowned throughout the ancient world. They had a good understanding of anatomy and surgery. They also developed effective treatments for a range of ailments. Section 8. The Warrior Pharaohs, Military and Expansion. The Egyptians were a formidable military force. They had a professional army equipped with bronze weapons and chariots. They were skilled in both land and naval warfare. Egypt's military strength allowed it to expand its borders and create an empire. The Egyptians came into contact with other civilizations through trade and warfare. They traded with the Nubians to the south, the Minoans and Mycenaeans to the north, and the Mesopotamians to the east. These interactions had a profound impact on Egyptian culture. The Hyksos, a foreign people, invaded and conquered Egypt during the Second Intermediate Period. They ruled parts of Egypt for over a century before being driven out by the native Egyptian pharaohs. This experience had a lasting impact on Egyptian military thinking and strategy. Section 9. A legacy etched in stone, Egypt's enduring impact. Ancient Egypt left behind a legacy that continues to inspire us today. From the towering pyramids to the enigmatic Sphinx, their architectural marvels have stood the test of time, captivating the imagination of people across the globe. Their monumental architecture, intricate art, and sophisticated writing system are testaments to their ingenuity. The hieroglyphs, with their complex symbols, tell stories of gods, kings, and everyday life, offering a window into a civilization that thrived thousands of years ago. Their religious beliefs, social structures, and technological advancements provide us with valuable insights into the human experience. The artifacts and statues found in tombs and temples reveal a society deeply connected to their spirituality and the cosmos. The Egyptians' obsession with life after death led them to develop sophisticated mummification techniques. These practices were not just about preserving the body, but also about ensuring a safe passage to the afterlife, reflecting their profound beliefs in immortality. These techniques have provided us with a wealth of information about their medical practices and beliefs. Ancient medical texts reveal their advanced understanding of anatomy and medicine, which were far ahead of their time. Their astronomical observations and mathematical calculations laid the groundwork for later scientific advancements. The ancient Egyptians meticulously charted the stars and developed a calendar system that influenced subsequent civilizations. The stories of their gods and pharaohs continue to fascinate us. These myths and legends, depicted in vibrant wall paintings and carvings, offer timeless tales of power, love, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. They remind us of the power of human imagination and the enduring allure of the past. The art and literature of ancient Egypt continue to inspire modern storytellers and artists, proving that their cultural impact is far-reaching. Ancient Egypt may be gone, but its legacy lives on. The ruins of their temples and monuments stand as silent witnesses to a glorious past, while modern Egypt continues to celebrate and preserve this rich heritage. It continues to shape our understanding of history, culture, and ourselves. As we study and learn from their achievements, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of human civilization and the enduring impact of ancient Egypt.